Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I have the Mini 4 Pro with me today, the DJI Mini 4 Pro. And what I realized is I haven't done a hyperlapse with this drone yet. It is a blustery fall day today here. It's in the mid-50s, a little bit of a wind coming up here, but I think this drone can handle it. It's not so windy that this drone is going to do okay. I am over next to a big Walmart in a kind of an intersection that there's some cars going through. One of the things that when you're doing a hyperlapse is you need to have movement. And so either you have to have clouds in the sky or you know, people walking by or some kind of movement for a hyperlapse to work. Well, in this case, it's traffic. So we'll have the traffic of people moving around the parking lot in the Walmart and the intersection on the other side. So we're going to do a waypoint hyperlapse, I should have said. And anyway, you get the picture. Let's quit messing around. Let's get this little bird in the air. Hey, okay, so I've got the drone fired up and the controller, and I've got it on the safety menu here. We got a screen recording started, but wanted to go over the safety menu real quick. We're in bypass. Radar map is on. Optimal return to home. 40-meter return to home height. We don't need to be that high. Let's drop that down. Yeah, 30 is good. Although, however, where we're at here, it's in optimal return to home. So that return to home height isn't so important when you're in optimal. The drone will decide how high it needs to be. Not asking for any calibrations, and yeah, battery's looking good. So let's quit wasting battery here and take off. I am going to record some video while we're setting up our hyperlapse waypoint. So let's just do that in 4K 30 frames per second. Starting recording now. And yeah, let's do an automated takeoff here on the app. And there's the little drone. Let's flip it around here so you can get a good look at it. Bring it in here for the camera. And it's obviously we can't get too close, and I'm kind of backlit anyway with the sun behind me. So so we're gonna be okay with that. Let's do our droney so you can see where we're at here. Reverse it up now, reverse and up. And anybody that follows my channel knows where we're at here. We're looking into the sun here a little bit. 17 meters high. We're kind of over the farmer's field that's across the street from Heroes Park. And this is an interesting field in that, let me turn where we're not looking directly into the sun. And you can see that whatever he's doing here, I don't think anybody has any intention of harvesting this. So what that tells me is I suspect, and it used to look like corn on this side, but you can see I don't think it was irrigated. It was kind of a half-hearted attempt here, not very high. So I suspect they're just going to plow all this under. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to do a hyperlapse, and we're already down to 90% battery, so we better get with the program. So, so what we're going to do is I'm going to get it pointed towards this intersection over here and the Walmart, and we are going to do kind of a semicircle around this and just give you guys a look at what's going on. And you know, like I said, in a hyperlapse works best when you have movement. So that's what we're gonna go after here. And I'm gonna kind of focus on that intersection off in the distance there. So that's where our focus will be. Not much cloud movement, so there's no point in messing with that. So we're going to stop recording, and I'm going to click on the film strip right above the record button. We are going to go into hyperlapse. That little looks like an alarm clock there or something. And we're in hyperlapse mode, and we are going to click on that little zigzag at the bottom. That is going to put us into, you know what? Although I'm thinking about that. Yeah, no, we're going to do, I almost changed my mind there, but we're going to do a HyperLapse Waypoint. So we are going to get rid of that, video there. And we are going to set a waypoint right where we're at here. So we are setting a waypoint, clicking on that plus sign, and I'm going to move the drone kind of in a semicircle and try and kind of keep it pointed at the same spot in space. Set another waypoint. And hopefully this will work okay. You know, it sometimes when you're setting up these waypoint hyperlapses, you'll think you've got something pretty dramatic, and you end up with kind of too much movement of the drone and not enough of the movement in whatever it is you happen to be looking at. So I'm actually gonna grab some altitude here so we can get up higher. Kind of try and keep it pointed at the same spot. Hopefully this doesn't mess up our movement too much. You know, you try sometimes. Your hyperlapse can end up kind of wiggling around and stuff, and that doesn't look good. So I'm trying to avoid that. But I make no guarantees here. Let's grab some more altitude. And as we come back, I want to get kind of a look at this intersection over here. And this will be our last waypoint. And now we click on the three dots, and how long do we want this thing? I think we've got 76% battery. We better get with it, but let's see if we should be able to go longer than that. Well, let's try for 15 seconds and see how that does, because we are burning some battery up here. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. So you can see our interval is going to take a picture every 2 seconds, and it's going to take it a little over 12 minutes to do this. You know what? We can go longer than that. I'm going to crank this guy up. We may not get the whole thing done, but I'm going to crank it up to a 20-second waypoint mission. It's going to take it 16 minutes. So let's click that start right now, and it will it'll go to our starting point and then start the mission here. So we'll see how that looks. I'm hoping that that I gave it enough battery power to do this. And I think we did. We'll see. If not, we may have to end it earlier. So, but yeah. So on the screen recording here, we should see the drone turn around here in a second, and it'll start taking pictures. I shouldn't have messed around so much flying across the field there, but it's going to take 500 pictures, as you can see there. And now it'll begin. Maybe. Yeah, there's the first picture. Okie dokie, I'm not going to make you guys sit through all this. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, we're getting right down there on battery. We've got about 20 shots to go, and I already tried to do a return to home, but an automated return to home, but I canceled it. We're in good shape. We've got 20% battery. We're not far from home, and yeah, we're getting down to just a few shots left here. 10 shots to go right now. And then we'll let it go into a return to home after that. Yeah, it's telling me aircraft battery is low, but we're in good shape. 19% battery. We're not far from home. And there, it's creating the video. And as soon as it's done doing that, you can see there it's about 100%. So it's done. So we are done with that. Let's get out of there. We're going to go back into video mode, and we are going to start video and bring this guy home. So let's do a return to home. I'm going to hit it here on the controller and return to home. And yeah, we see that augmented reality green line. That is one of the coolest things that DJI has done. And we'll let this guy come home. And yeah, so as you can see, we're not very far. So we got plenty of battery. DJI was being very conservative on that battery power there. Got a big airliner off to our left. Obviously, he is way higher than we are. Or it'd be to the drone's right, so I don't know if you can hear that, but he's way up there. But anyway, the drone is just about back to us here, and we'll let it, it'll drop the camera. We'll let it do that. Usually I move the camera down as we get closer to home, but let's see where the automated portion where it drops the camera. And I don't think I gave it a really good look at its home point. So let's see how it does here. Let's see how close it gets. Yeah, it's got that camera looking down, and it looks like it wants to be out in the field there someplace. So I'll cancel it before we let it do that. Well, there's the camera straight down. So no, we're good there. I guess the camera wasn't pointed all the way down. Yeah, so where it's out there, you can see the prop shadow. It's not going to hit the pad, but we're on pavement, so I'm just going to let it. Land. It's fighting a little bit of a wind, and yeah. So I didn't really give it a good look at its landing pad like DJI likes you to do. So anyway, that's why we didn't get a precision landing. All right. Let me get everything shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, after I landed the drone, I took a look at that HyperLapse on the RC2, and I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. That's how easy it is to do this stuff with the Mini 4 Pro, the DJI Mini 4 Pro. You saw what I did there. You just set those waypoints, you tell it to start. In this case, it took it, 16 minutes to do the flight, and we timed it. We had just enough battery to get it done, and we got a 20-minute hyperlapse. These long life batteries are pretty good, and we started, this battery I think was at, when we first fired it up, was at 94%, so it wasn't a completely full battery. But in any case, I thought it turned out really good, and you saw how easy it is to do. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I do appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we'll see you on the next one.